Hi guys, my name is Bankole Williams. I am CEO of LYD Consulting. It is so great to be doing this today. Welcome to LYD Unscripted. And you know, when it's unscripted, we don't have a script. It's not planned. We're just flowing, right? So just flow with us. So it's interesting because, you know, we run a consulting firm called LYD Consulting. And with me here today is the amazing, the one and only head of consulting at LYD Consulting. Her name is Christina Shoname.
Hi, Banky.
Hi, Christina. How are you?
It feels unfair. I'm fine. I'm usually the one on that side, and today.
I'm telling you, guys, I literally just set her up. She came here thinking that I was the one going to be interviewed. Like I said, it's unscripted, it's unplanned, right? So basically, we want to have conversations that are relevant to people working, relevant to, you know, employers of corporate institutions, you know, just general conversations around, you know, the workspace. Interestingly, it's Valentine season.
Ooh.
We're not wearing red. Should have had a touch of red.
I know, right?
Yeah. And we decided to just gist about, you know, what Valentine is like, working in a corporate institution. I used to work in a bank, and Christina used to work in consulting.
Yeah, not Big Four accounting yet.
She had to slip that in.
Come on. You said bank. I wanted to give context.
Yeah, but my point is, I didn't say one of the big five. I just said I worked in a bank. But she had to intimidate us.
Okay.
Right? So can you see why she needs to be the one interviewed and not me? Yeah, so you're seated on the right side.
I see you, Banky. I see what you're doing.
Right, and interestingly, I remember when I worked in a bank, you know, this season of love, it came with different experiences.
I can imagine.
The good,
the bad, the ugly.
Right, and maybe we should talk about the ugly.
Okay, then we progress to the good.
So I remember then, you know, obviously, people used to pray that Valentine will not fall
on a weekday.
On a weekday. And you see, in 2021 that we're in,
it's a Sunday.
Right. So how many of you, honestly, how many of you watching this are like super excited that you don't have to feel that pressure, you know, of your colleagues wondering why your table is bare? You know, but Christina, tell us, what was it like?
I mean, looking back at my corporate journey, even aside from my last organization before here, but just generally, you know, everywhere I've worked, just like you mentioned, there's that, you know, buzz around Valentine's, and for those who are sure they will get stuff, they would like for it to be on a weekday.
Yeah.
But those who are not sure will prepare for it to be on a weekend, you know. And, you know, speaking about, obviously, the ugly side, you know, to this is where maybe some people actually have expectations, and then, you know, it's a public, like, there's a pool, you have colleagues, everybody's waiting, you know, people putting pressure, how far now, we are still waiting, and then, you know, you're always, and sometimes it can even be the delivery person that is running late. And, you know, something is actually supposed to have been delivered and it's running late.
Wow.
And, you know, like, for real, nothing is happening, and in the closing time, everybody has gone, and then the delivery man now shows up.
Wait, I have to take a picture. So that they know.
Like, you put up on your status while you were gone.
Things actually happened.
But yeah, I mean, there are many scenarios. There are times when, I mean, you know, people have expectations, and then, you know, like I said, those expectations are not met. Some others, they're actually happy about what they get until they see what their, you know, colleagues in the same pool get.
So there's that comparison. Wow.
So on your own in your house, that thing could have been nice, would have been excited, but now it's in comparison to, you know, some other person whose partner may be more financially capable. For your own person, that might have been their 10 cents, their everything.
Well, especially when it's a large pool, right? Right. So there are more people.
More basis for comparison. You know,
yeah, but how do we help? How do we help people who find themselves in those kind of scenarios, where, you know, one they probably don't get anything, right? Because that's a possibility for certain people who are watching. And
Yes.
I think that, you know, even if you don't have anyone who's valuing you, you know, on the day, I still think that you can still have a good day.
Yes,
right?
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So do you have any
Any tips?
I'm so glad I'm not the one being asked
This question.
It's so good to be on this end. Yeah, but
well, I guess, I mean, and if someone is wondering, you know, what has vows got to do with the workplace, the truth about it is that it can be very emotional for some people, and emotions have a way that they affect.
Influence.
Yes, influence performance, productivity, and all that. So there's actually a connection. Some people are actually already even feeling pressured, but they've not even realized that this is what is causing pressure. They just feel like, I'm just feeling a bit disturbed this period. Yeah. It's because we're reading a lot of content. There's been, I mean, now you put on your WhatsApp and then there's all these promos. We're selling this valve package and that valve. So somehow that kind of information is already seeping in. Yeah. Everybody has that corner of expectation, except, of course, it's something that maybe between you and your partner is not something you celebrate and all. But for those who, like you said, you can have fun. You can have fun, you know, checking on your friends who have really active relationships
and celebrating them,
and you know, be in that place where you know you can be excited for them, know what they got, and just scream with them for joy. And hey, you can also take your girls out. You know, you don't have to. Female friends can value each other.
Yeah,
right.
True.
So we're friends. We know we're not in active.
But that's interesting. Can male friends value? I don't know. I didn't say anything. I just asked
you will have to answer that because
I haven't vowed any guy before, and I'm not quite sure I expect. But I'm just saying, yeah. But
Mikey, this is an open call to your male friends.
Not at all.
But yeah, I mean, yes, friends can actually, you know, gift each other stuff. It doesn't have to be the opposite sex.
True.
And at the worst, you can actually choose to do something for yourself.
Yeah, but you know, but that reminds me of something you mentioned, and I suspect that used to happen when I worked in the bank, where people would vow themselves.
Yes. Why not?
No, wait, hold on. So you mean, you know, I'm just asking questions on the behalf of those people, but you mean certain people would call someone who bakes a baker of cakes,
yes,
and tell them, send me cake on my bar.
Yes, I want to order a cake, and this is what you write, and this is where you deliver it to. Finish.
Okay, but what will be written on it?
And it's up to you. So if you want to be extra, you can be like, I love me, or
okay, but there are those instances.
But there are instances where, of course, you do it like it's sent from someone. Happy vows, my love. And you're the love of yourself. Like, what about self-love? Isn't it self-love we preach?
Wow.
Yes. And now it's even better. Like, there are packages where you can pay an amount to a company. Some companies do that now. And they just give you a form you fill where you describe. They profile you, gives them an opportunity to profile you and know what you might like. So you just make a payment. You don't know what's coming. And then if you're lucky enough and they buy something that makes you feel like, oh, wow, really nice, you get that element of surprise. You don't know what's coming. But hey.
Interesting. I actually understand. I think I understand that bit. The one that is just funny is that you're not doing it because you want to appreciate yourself. You're doing it because you want others to think that's someone or some people, because
it can be multiple.
Do you understand? Like 4 cakes, perhaps. you want
to me.
Do you understand? Right. But I like the package one that you mentioned.
I think I prefer that arrangement too. But the challenge is when you go ahead and do that kind of setting, right? And like you said, it becomes an issue when it's not about celebrating yourself, and it's actually about being seen. Because these same colleagues will start to ask you later, hey, so how is Bobo now? You know, start to, you don't even know if somebody was trying to recommend you to somebody or hook you up with somebody. Now they're seeing cakes and they're like, oh, she already has someone.
Yeah, true. Very, very true. So guys, you know, it's almost like, you know, you get it right on one day at the expense of the rest of your life. You know, so you want to be smart about these things so that you don't put yourself in a position where you're in a disadvantage.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
was one question I wanted to ask. Remember, it's unscripted, so permit us. So what, yeah, team bonding.
Yes.
So, because that's something that I realized really happened, back then. So somebody would get a gift, a big cake and stuff like that. It's the opportunity to share.
Absolutely.
Right? How do you think that influences or affects, team bonding dynamics and stuff like that?
Yeah, no, especially the challenge is if you already work in a team that's toxic, a day like that is not going to really bond you guys. It's actually going to be more competition.
Yeah.
So it aids team bonding where team bonding exists.
As a culture.
Exactly. Not that, because
right.
of this day, people now get to bond. Because if there's already friction,
right.
it'll be more comparison, it'll be heated. People won't even want their stuff to come into the pool because
right.
something might be nice and someone is making a negative comment just because beef.
Right.
Right. But in the instance where there's a bonded team, it fuels it because now people get to chit chat, laugh, be excited for each other, hail each other in the office, exchange and share their items because you get a lot of stuff. You can't finish
this is so interesting because what I'm also hearing you say is that it's important that organizations already have a culture where, they bond and a culture that promotes, appreciation of other people. Team spirit is big. Absolutely. I always like to define team spirit as, the willingness to celebrate another person's success and even contribute to that person's success, even though you may not be credited for it.
Absolutely.
And I think that when there is that dynamic that exists within the institution, days like that end up being fun.
Absolutely.
Right, and not
less friction and more
tension. Fun, not tension. Right.
Absolutely. And in that kind of setting, even when people even feel less pressure to get stuff.
Wow.
Because you know that we're friends in the office. In fact, we already know that you're not in an active relationship.
Yeah.
So we're not going to be pressuring you and trying to mock you or anything. We would rather, even in that kind of team, you can see them try to, for example, val each other. So in some offices, people do that. Partners within a division, so that everybody gets something.
Yeah.
Any extra
and people don't feel left out on the day.
Exactly.
Right.
And any extras get shared around.
Yeah, and hey guys, it's Friday, even though Val is on Monday, right? Let's still meet up in the office and do things to celebrate people.
Absolutely.
Right. But any final words for people this season of Valentine, particularly people in the workspace?
Well, yeah, there's something I have been thinking about, and that's also making an effort to even, on Val's Day, a lot of people think about their significant other only, but I'm thinking, how about we extend this love to our mentors, superiors, and all that? So it can also be an opportunity to appreciate a team leader who has been, selfless, working hard and all that, and, appreciate a team member who has been exceptional. Just send them something and say, the team loves you and we appreciate you. I've just been thinking in those lines, and I think that, it's something that...
I'm expecting you. She just told me that something is coming on Valentine's Day. Wow, thank you. And extend my gratitude to members of the team. Right? Yeah, wow, that is beautiful. I think my own final words would just be, God with your neighbor is in the neighborhood. Right? So celebrate other people, right? Whilst they are being celebrated, and you get the opportunity to be celebrated sometime soon. Right. So thank you guys for joining this conversation. I really enjoyed your perspective. Right.
It wasn't so bad on this side after all.
You see, exactly. You see?
I still prefer being there.
So, I laugh. So this is going to be the modus operandi. I will always be on the left.
Wow.
Wait, is it your left?
On this side.
End. Right, of the conversation. So guys, feel free to share this if this has been insightful. Is it insightful? Exactly, more fun, right?
Yeah.
It has been fun to you. Feel free to share with people.
Let's know if you want to see more.
What did you say?
I said let us know if they want to see more.
Yeah, exactly. Let us know if you want to see more of these kinds of unscripted conversations. And for us, we try to make it fun, but there will always be something to learn.
Absolutely.
Right. And for those of you who watch on YouTube, right, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you click on the bell so you get notifications. Make sure you join us for more interesting, unscripted conversations with LYD Unscripted. Thank you very much. I remain Bankole Williams.
And I remain Christina Shoname.
Yeah. Peace out.